I hope this isn't a disaster. Hey everyone, Abby here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to get started on a project that I've been chewing on for a few weeks now, and the pattern is Marilla Walker, and it is I'm also gonna butcher this, but here we go, the Belemnite dress, or Belemnite, Belemnite. Anyways, it's that dress. It'll be up on the screen somewhere. I saw this on Instagram and I just fell in love with it, mostly because this girl loves a good statement sleeve. Okay, I am here for the big poofy statement sleeve. This pattern just had this gorgeous medieval but boho, Scandi, Japanesey, medievally feel to it, and I was just like, oh my god, I need this so bad in my life, and I need it in wool, and I need it to be a cushy, luxurious, squishy wool blankie dress. The first step for this is gonna be taping all of this together. This is probably the biggest PDF pattern I've ever seen. It is 64 freaking pages. It's flippin' huge, and it freaks me out a little bit. It's like a book. Look at that. I do like so far, looking at the pattern, that you have the arrows here that make it really, really, really easy to line up. I have beef with PDF patterns that don't have those, and I like them to be big so I can see them, and it makes it easier, because when they're really teeny weeny, you can't actually get in there, and it's ever so slightly off, and it can drive you slightly insane. 64 pages of paper. I also need to prep my fabric. I feel like I'm on a cooking show with how my studio is set up right now for this. Welcome to my cooking show. So this is actually kind of fun because it's hello, plonk. So I'm gonna make it out of this gorgeous plain red wool flannel. I love wool and I love this color red, and so I think it goes into the whole ooh, medievally kind of jazzy feels that this gown has given me. And also it's nice, it's not super thick. It actually has a really nice cut edge looking at it. It's not fraying hardly at all. Ooh, hello. I think this is gonna make up really beautifully, and it's thin enough that I'll be able to, pleat these sleeves up and make them nice and big and voluminous, but it's not gonna be I'm wearing a tank. So it's gonna be a luxe blankie is my ultimate goal. It does need to kind of just be zhuzhed a little bit and freshened up. So I'm gonna pop it in my dryer on a steam refresh setting, so that way if there is any shrinkage or anything like that, it'll happen while I tape up the Marilla book. I just finished taping together this behemoth of a pattern. This thing is huge. It is so big. This is it. It just keeps going. I've got a candle going. I don't want to catch it on fire, but yeah, I mean, this thing is just monstrously huge. It's fun. Yay. I have cut everything out. I have cut every possible flippin' notch I could find. And I have started the construction process. Now, the instructions for this dress, I took a lunch break and I read them over because I'm combining some views together, so I wanted to make sure that I had things kind of clear. And what I discovered is some of the stitching and markings on the pattern that were confusing me are actually really awesome, because it is the points to cut and adjust the pattern if you need to do a small bust adjustment or a full bust adjustment, a waist adjustment, things like that. I like to live dangerously. I'm not doing any of these adjustments. The measurements, I should have plenty of ease in my chest, and I'm not super worried about it. I've always been pretty lucky that stuff's usually standardized, kind of fits me. My biggest fit issue is actually my waist and the length of my waist. With how this gown is, why do I keep calling it a gown? My God. With this dress, I don't think it's gonna be a big deal, and I'm kind of used to things hitting me a little bit higher up in the ribcage. I have really short legs, so kind of playing with those proportions doesn't really do me any harm. I'm not making any adjustments on this, and it could turn out to be an epic failure. I mean, that's kind of how I like to operate. It's like, well, let's just like, balls to the wall and see what happens. Woo, crazy. Here's what I've gotten done so far is I've serged all the edges, the side seam here, the interior back, center back seam, the bottom of the bodice, and then I have stitched the shoulder straps together. I serged those together as one, I pressed them, serged them, and then I also ended up doing a faux felled seam here for a little bit of design and also security. Marilla talks about how this is a good option for this dress, so I went ahead and I've done a pseudo plain seam, pseudo felled seam here. So far so good. It's going together nicely. So this is the bonus sleeve pattern. It has pleats that work their way out from the center, and they're really actually quite tiny pleats. They're not beefy pleats at all. They're really small, for better or for worse. I've been really happy with how these notches have matched up on this pattern. There hasn't been too much discrepancy. I do think when I've been machine basting and folding these pleats, they haven't been as deep as the pattern indicates, which has resulted in some ease, but since this wool is really springy and bouncy and squishy, I've been able to kind of pin the ease out, and it's worked really nicely. I have gone and put the skirt panels together. The skirt is basically broken up into two halves. I'm currently attaching the top half of the skirt to the bodice of the dress. So I'm just pinning everything into place here. I've lined up the center back seam, and then I've matched up the ends here, matched up the side seam there, and now I'm just kind of pinning it into place, all nice and happy. I think I've been technically working on this dress for about a week now. It's gone together really well. I'm really happy with how all the notches and everything's lined up. Nothing seems to be too wonky. I'm at the point now where the entire dress is constructed. The only things I have left to do are inserting the elastic for the cuff, doing the buttons and the buttonholes, and then also doing the hem. I have antique bone buttons that are in this cute little flower shape, and I think they'll have a really nice touch to this dress. Pre-cut my elastic, so it's here. Now I just need to figure out how to insert it. She has instructions. I've inserted elastic once in my entire life, so this is a completely new thing for me. Kind of scary. I am feeling some hardcore Ren Fair fifis with this gown. Why do I keep calling it a gown? Jesus. And I'll be like, well, that was a mistake. Okay, here we go.